Let's move on here. Bruce Boudreau's future. We've talked about the Rutherford press conference on Monday on the last two shows. No tanking talk today. I don't think it might happen, but no tanking talk, no rebuilding, none of this talk today. Bruce Boudreau's future. We've basically done a topic a day so far. Bruce Boudreau's future with the Vancouver Canucks. Jim Rutherford at the press conference on Monday.
Hold on a second. Before Corey's in the chat here and says 21 half racks. I've seen someone down while I worked there. 21 half racks of ribs. 6 bone size, 6 rib, 21. So that's it would be 11 and a half of those, right? Or no, 10 and a half of those. Whoa, Corey, I tell you that put that guy's face on a poster somewhere. I don't want that guy near me. 21 half racks of ribs. That dude, people tell me the wings is bad.
Corey followed it up and said it was disgusting.
Yeah.
That is a lot of ribs. That's a lot of meat to be eating in one sitting. Anyways, can we get back on track here, please?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Bruce Boudreau. Jim Rutherford came out and talked on Monday and was basically saying, I have talked to other coaching candidates. Didn't use the word interviewed, made it clear as possible as he could that it was very preliminary conversations with these other coaching candidates. We've heard Rick Tockett's name thrown out there. It basically seems like Tocchet is a done deal and that he's going to be here at least by after the All-Star break, right? Like it seems like Tocchet's going to be here as the next coach of the Vancouver Canucks. Bruce was asked about kind of all of this today.
We'll get to the audio because I got it today. We'll get to the Boudreau audio in a second here, Alex. I'm going to set it up though. So we go into post-practice, post-morning skate stuff today, and there was not one question about the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are playing the Canucks tonight. Everything was about Bruce Boudreau, Bo Horvat, Luke Schenn. All of it was about the future of the team because that's where we're at. After the comments from Jim Rutherford, that's where we're at with this team, and change is obviously on the horizon. It's been an underwhelming start to this season, to say the least. And it's a really tough spot. And honestly, it's one of those media scrums where it's like, it's uncomfortable, man. You're not going to get a good answer out of anything here. You're going to get some honesty at certain points throughout the interview. And I think we heard that from both Horvat and Boudreau. But like, this is just where they're at, right? Like this is where they're at in this part of the season. And it's not like you can just walk into the rink and be like, la-di-da-di-da, Stamkos going to score 500. How are you going to stop him today, Bruce? What do you think of the power play? Connor Garland's getting an opportunity on PP1. What do you think, Bruce? And it's like, I think we're over that at this point in the season, right? We're in the second half of the season. Things aren't going the way that they're going to go. The situation's going to be dire here for Boudreau moving forward. And he talked about it today. So here's Bruce Boudreau talking about his situation with the Vancouver Canucks. And there's also a follow-up question from Farhan that I did include in here. So this is Boudreau on his situation with the Canucks.
I just go ahead. People do what they do and say what they say. And, it's I'm not perfect, but I just think about coming to work every day and working hard, and anything else is I don't really want to comment on anything else. So,
do you feel like you've been treated fairly?
Well, every day I do. Like, I don't think anybody in the world likes to hear negative stuff about themselves, but if it's we talk about it and the reasoning behind it, and it goes with the territory. I'm a big boy. I wanted to become an NHL coach, and I know it's not all going to be rainbows and roses. So, you have to take the good with the bad.
Very classy answer by Bruce Boudreau. Yep. I think that's the best word to describe Bruce, how he's handled all of this sort of criticism and everything like that. I think the big thing is him saying he's been treated fairly. I think a lot of fans would disagree with that, as we've kind of seen on social media. People are, saying this coaching legend is getting disrespected by the president of hockey ops and all that sort of stuff. I get it. Like, I do understand where people are coming from. All I'm going to say is I think it's very classy that Bruce said, he thinks he's been treated fairly and he has no problem with, everything. He's not getting into a pissing contest, basically.
No, I think so. It is, the team's underperformed, right? Been underwhelming up to this point in the season. I think I've said that already today. But he has taken the high road out of what this organization has done to him so far this season. You can say that's pretty clear. He's showing up. As much as you see this Canucks team out there, Like, I don't think that they're not playing for Bruce Boudreau, right?
Yeah.
In the same way that I don't think that they were playing that much for Travis Green in the end of his tenure, they're playing for Bruce Boudreau. They like Bruce Boudreau as a coach. He's the type of coach that players like, I don't want to say dream of having, but absolutely love having. He's a guy who can have a conversation with any of these players, and he's also won a lot of games at the NHL level, so he's respected to a certain degree from the players. That is, I mean, we've seen other things from the organization as well, and I don't think, like, I've seen a couple reports out there. I think it was Friedman who said this, but like, I don't think it's ever happened where a president of hockey operations has come out and during a media availability, like, things happen, leaks happen for sure, but I don't think that he said that I don't think there's been a media availability where the president has said openly that they've talked to replacements
For the coach that's still behind their bench.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
think about that, man.
I think that's where it keeps coming back
that's
to. Is,
unreal.
yeah, that's a first.
It's like here on the show. If I thought Harm could take over full time and do a better job than you, what would I bring him in 1 day a week? See how he does.
Bring him in 1 day a week. Play pickleball with him every weekend.
Like, no, I mean, like, that would be like, I would be openly saying, like, you know, I think Harm might start coming in Monday to Thursday as well. Like, and you'd be standing there like, what the hell?
Quads is our Monday to Thursday host right now.
But right now, Quads is the guy. He's the guy. He's our guy. I mean, like, no, I mean, like, think about that in any workplace. And obviously things change with what workplace you're in and where you're at in life. But this is, yeah, it sucks.
It's not great.
No, I mean, and it sucks because it's like in life when you take the high road a lot of time or you take the respectful way, you just try and go out there and be a good person. Sometimes, like, you know, Bruce Boudreau's in a spot right now where it's like he's not being respected as much as I really think he deserves from the organization. And listen, he even said it, like, he's not perfect. He's made mistakes. Has he put the right lines together every single game? No. Nope. Has he played Riley Stillman a lot this year in the NHL? Yes. Is that a right move? I don't know. I don't think so. But like, there's certain things that obviously he'd like to change in his spot, but I also just think that he still just loves coming to the rink. This guy loves this more than anything. And it's pretty unfortunate to hear some of the other stuff that's said about him. And it's what are we waiting for here? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ticker here, Alex's favorite thing down there on the bottom, producer Alex loves that thing. Bruce's future. It's like, what future with the Canucks? Right. And hopefully, like, if he still wants to do this, he can go coach somewhere else. But tell you what, like, at the, you know, in the back nine of his career, for sure, he's coming up on hole 17, 18 here, and he's about to hit retirement. Maybe he can go to 19, but like, this can't be, I don't know if it's like in a situation where Boudreau like doesn't want to do it anymore because of this season that's happened to him, or if he's just up to this point is like, you know what, I think I've given it my last go here and this isn't it. But I don't know what his future is in coaching. I also don't know. The weird thing is I don't know what Boudreau's future is, but I know where the Canucks future is, and it's not with Boudreau. So it's an unfortunate spot. Do you want to hear the Horvat thing, or do you want to mention?
Can we get to it in a sec?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Live chat on YouTube. A lot of people getting involved here. I just want to get to some of the comments that I've seen. So Winstow said, "Why are we talking about a coaching change mid-season when the Canucks aren't even close to a playoff spot? I don't understand. Why not just play out the season?" I completely agree. You're risking yourself getting the dead cap bounce with this team. And I understand the argument against it. To answer your question, Winstow, and keep in mind I agree with you, the argument against it is, well, this coach is going to come in and he's going to be able to implement his systems. You know, that worked so well last year, obviously, right, with Bruce. I'm not going to keep going on that, but, you know, I completely agree with what Winstow's saying. And there's more people in the chat saying similar stuff. Lisa Martin said, "Poor Bruce, sounds like someone ran over his dog." It's true. Like, Bruce sounds very defeated, and it's tough. It's very tough.
That probably wasn't even the worst vibe from the ants, like the one that we just played there on the show. I don't know if it's out there. I'm actually going to double check, but I don't think the Canucks are going to be posting very much on their social media today from the interviews. It was like, we talked to Shen about his future, what he, you know, with Tampa in town, they're a team that's rumored to be interested in trading for Luke Shen. We talked to Horvat about the future of him, how hard it's been dealing with the media, how hard this situation has been with him, thoughts on the coach moving forward. I don't know if the Canucks are going to post anything. I'm actually going to double check that right now because I'd be a little surprised.
Knucklehead said, "I just want them to rip the Band-Aid off at this point so we can all take a deep breath and have one thing to cheer for again." I said there'd be no tanking talk on this show today, didn't I?
You think with that, like, is it more difficult for Bruce Boudreau to finish the season or just get let go like next week? Do you think, like, I feel like he wants to coach. He wants to be a coach. He wants to go through this season. But I almost wonder if it maybe for him up to this point and everything's happened this season, maybe he just is fine with just, moving on, right? Like, I'm sure, I think he wants to stay. Like, I think he still does want to stay. I still think he wants to coach. I think he wants to ride with this team. A lot of good trust between the players here, a lot of respect mutually between the coach and the players. I just can't see it being what he thought he signed up for with everything that's had to go on around him in the organization. That's the big problem, I think. So, do you want to hear Horvat's?
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm looking on Canuck. Nothing.
Sometimes they post it later in the day.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no, they got a 4-minute video of Boudreau here and 5 minutes of
Take
Horvat.
that, Chris.
Wow.
Okay, let's go. Horvat, let's go.
Check that. Okay. Well, this is from the Horvat thing, but this is what I grabbed from today. We'll play the Horvat audio of him talking about Bruce Boudreau. Hit it, Alex.
I think we all love Bruce as a person, and he comes in here every single day with a smile on his face, positive, and he continues to keep coaching to win and coaching to make everybody in this room better. And we all love him as a person, and he's been good for us here, and he's been a great coach in this league for many years. So we're going to continue to keep playing for him.
I almost think we can finish the Boudreau talk on that. Right?
Final thing.
Sure.
Similar to what Horvat just said. Horvat said we got to win this one for Gino tonight with Tampa Bay Lightning.
He did say that.
And they're free in the skate, it seems like. All the free the skate campaigns seem to be coming to this boiling point. We'll see for how long, and we'll see what it follows, because they were skating in all that gear today. Spencer Martin with white pads, which could mean a lot of things.
He was first off the ice, too.
He was first off the ice. Who cares? He's starting. Could mean a lot of things with the pad color, because as Kevin Woodley pointed this out, Thatcher Demko had the black pads for a one-off game last year when he did Kirk McLean's setup, but the white might suggest that he's keeping these pads for a while. So they might be wearing this for more than one game.
Yeah, well, go talk about that goalie crap on in-goal. I don't want to hear that stuff over here with the pads.
Let's move on here. Trade chips.
Quickly, Major Moose in the chat here on YouTube. By the way, if you're listening to the podcast, we're live on YouTube, 1 o'clock, Monday to Friday. Come in the chat and give a comment like what Major Moose said. How is this season only half over? Because, yeah, the way we're talking, it feels like it's like, draft's just around the corner.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
Welcome to Vancouver.
We're just at the halfway mark. Okay.